Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone's going well. I haven't done a blog in a little while, and I'm hoping you can hear me because the camera's a little way away, kind of like arm's length away. But in true typical fashion, we're in for a little bit of a waffle, I think. I've got a few subjects to kind of cover, and hopefully I can get through it without it sounding too boring. Okay. But I hope everyone is keeping well. A big shout out to a few people really. Let's start and then we'll just work through it and see how we go. So last time I did a blog, it was down on the front, and it was quite windy, and it was whipping across the mic, and I ended up doing just a vocal blog over some pictures in the end. So it's good to get back on camera, and as I say, I just I hope you're all doing it okay. So, oh god, stop banging the table. I think Mike's like, hold on a second. Hi guys, how's it going? It's been a little while. I think the last blog I done was down on the front, down on the sort of on the, they call it the prom, and I think the wind was kind of whipping across the mic, and in the end I think I sort of aborted the blog and then sort of did like a blog with just pictures, and then me waffling behind it. I think we could be in for a tiny bit of a waffle. Hopefully won't keep you too long. I'm also outside, as you can tell. Yeah, I hope I can't believe, like, literally it's going to be 2022 next year. It still seems mad that music has been very much on the down low for me. I think I spoke about it in previous blogs. I think it's been difficult, I'm gonna openly admit it's been difficult to get kind of motivated. It's been difficult to kind of like, to just I heard other musicians, and I don't want to mention any names, but some bands have folded, and some people have said like, what's the point? And I think it's kind of like, there's always a point to music, of course, but I think when you sort of think, I don't know if I'm going to be gigging until 2022, you sort of think, well, what's the point in practicing hard? What's the point in kind of so I have done a couple of YouTube premieres over this last year, and released a triple single, so that was kind of cool, with #Wait, Ghost, and oh my god, what was the other one on there? Remember. I'm really going to kick myself. There's 3 songs. It's a triple single. Runaway's on there. That's still for sale. I think it's £2.50, £3.50. So if you haven't got a copy, then hit me up, and I'll sort out some payments and get it shipped over to you pronto. There was a single run of a t-shirt, which was really cool, and that t-shirt's now gone, but there will be some t-shirts coming out next year for the Tearful stuff, sorry, we're talking about now. And I think, Tearful's, to be able to concentrate on that, while, not having to worry about a band, or, has been like a lifeline really, to be able to continue writing for Tearfuls. And that kind of leads me nicely on to the gig, which was in it was the end of August, so it's literally, where are we to now, like literally on the end of, so it's about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and it was a charity gig, and it was called Hope for Grace. Grace is a little girl. I don't know how old she is, 5, 6 years old, and she sort of has epileptic fits, and like a lot of fits, and it was to raise money for her, and it was terrific, and the Hope for Grace festival with all the musicians there, all the stalls that was there. We bought a couple of hoodies and bought some raffle tickets, and they raised £3,000. So £3,000, I'm sure it's going to be, a lot of money to her, and it was an amazing gig. It was great to be back on stage. Maybe I can insert some sort of picture, maybe at the end of the video, because my editing skills are not that brilliant. Simon come down from Derby, and which is a whopping long way. We ended up, I think he came down on the Saturday, and then we headed off to Black Cactus Studios, which is not far from here. And he was a really cool guy. I intend to get over to Black Cactus Studios again and maybe do a video of some sort. It was nice to sort of, I wanted to find a studio that I could kind of like go to, because Rabana's was always the go-to in Birmingham. It was always kind of, I've gone to Rabana's for years, and Rob Hoffman and all the people that work there. So obviously, Rabana's is quite far away from Essex right now, so I've had to look for another studio, and Black Cactus is amazing and a great little studio that's not far from here. So I'll talk about that another day, but as I say, Simon come down from Derby. We went to Black Cactus and then done a sort of like 2-hour rehearsal, and then had a couple of drinks on the Saturday night, I think. And we played on the Sunday. That's right. And the weather was good, and and it was good to be back on stage. Played about a 30-minute set, I guess, of Tearful stuff, and it was genuinely good to be back. I think whenever you're playing, for me, like whenever you're playing acoustically, if you're like literally like I played last night, but when you're playing in front of like 30 or 40 people and the room goes dead and you're like just up there with an acoustic guitar, that's some scary shit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've said it all the way along my videos. I think standing there with a full band, full electric and screaming, and and some drums behind you, it's a lot more energy going out. But when it's just you on the stage, it's just your energy, but with that there is a certain authenticity, or like delicacy, or you're able to kind of feel the songs a bit more. So yeah, so anyway, I'm kind of losing track because I want to talk about last night as well. But no, it was good to be back. And of course I had Simon to my left of me. I think he was on stage with me. And we looked over and had a couple of smiles, and we had a really, really good time. I was super nervous for that show. So I apologize now, Simon, for putting up with my nerves. It's like I'm wanting it to be a perfect show, wanting it to be a really good gig, and and put on a good show, and we did. So there was really nothing to worry about in the end. So thank you, Simon, for coming all the way down to Essex, and thank you for supporting me on that show. So it kind of leads into Remnants of Eden. I'm loving the name now. It's starting to, especially with a little surprise that we've got kind of going on with it. But Remnants is, it's sort of, I don't know how it happened, but it's sort of adopted the fire kind of like theme around remnants of Eden. And as I say, I mean, I don't know. I think I've not counted the bands that I've been in, but it's over. It's got to be knocking 11 bands, throughout my lifetime. And, it's just a cool name to kind of like have, because for me, Remnants of Eden is going to be the last loud project that I'm going to be part of. So I'm very lucky to have Simon on board for it. He's been extremely patient, because obviously, even rehearsals is quite difficult because we're miles apart. We've managed to set him up on some home recording, and this kind of leads me on to the next thing. So if you head to YouTube, you head to my channel, we need to set up a proper Remnants one, but you will find 2 Remnants demos. One of them's called Gone Gone, and the other one is called Monsters. Now, I've never, in the history of doing anything with music, I've never put something on YouTube that's kind of like a rough demo. And the idea is that you know, we can kind of give history to that song of like where it first started, because of course it's just my influence of writing at that particular stage of the song, and then it will go into the band, and you know, different opinions will come in and it will grow, you know. So Gone Gone is down. I love the it's just got like a, not, you know, it's a bit go-y. It's kind of like it just has a lot of go about it, like gone gone. So I think it goes, I'm going. It's just quite catchy. And the next one was Monsters, which kind of came around by me not really knowing what to write, and I spoke to my partner, and she was like, why don't you write about some of the monsters that you've had to deal with in your own head, you know? And I was like, that's pretty cool, because like I don't feel like I'm really fighting monsters right now, but I have done over our life, and you know, I think a lot of people have. So it was kind of cool to come at that, to talk about or to sing about or write about that particular project, Monsters, but coming from an angle where you're not angry. So it kind of came across as like this really melody, almost rappy. I don't even know how that happened, but it's melodic. It's and I think it's a great basis for a couple of songs, Gone Gone and Monsters. So I think we're going to continue with putting like rough demos out, and then like rough demo part 2, or like, I don't know, I'll think of something funky that's the evolution part 2, and hopefully we'll do that so you can see the growth of Remnants, of where it come from and where the songs end up, you know. So I thought that was really cool. And Simon is working on, I think he's got about 4 songs. So I sort of said, well, let's do 3. So I've got 1 more to put into the mix. Simon's got 3 to lay down. And before we get on to the next one, yeah, so Simon's going to have his demos down on Remnants, which, you know, is going to come from a different angle completely. So it's going to be really interesting to kind of follow how 3 songs of mine, 3 songs of Simon's, and wait for it, my brother's involved. So my brother's going to write a couple of songs, and you know, it makes sense to have like the remnants of Eden. It's just like, I think, my God, like Simon was getting super excited. He was like, I imagine your brother on stage up in Birmingham, like, you know, like doing the, you know, doing a couple of shows with the old promoters that I used to work with. And I just said, like, that would be pretty mint. So my brother is in literally 2-3 bands. So I know that this is a side project for him, but even if he writes a couple of songs, I think, you know, and then does a couple of maybe guest shows, who knows where it's going to go. But he did say that he might, you know, write a song or 2. So we'll see how that goes. But again, it kind of gives history to the songs past, which I think will be really cool. So that's, let me have a look. So we talked about Tearful's gig back in August. We talked about the Remnants, Gone Gone and Monsters. So watch out, because there will be new demos going up from Simon, hopefully in the next month or 2. I don't want to put no pressure on him. Excuse the noise. And hopefully we can get into some sort of rehearsal studio for Remnants. So still looking for a drummer, by the way. So if you know someone who might want to do, don't want to call it a side project, because for me it won't be. Tearful's will be a side project, but Remnants I want to take front and center. For Simon, I know Simon has like he's working with someone called Beth. I think it's Beth. So he has like other things going on, but you know, he's really down with the remnant stuff. And of course my brother has stuff going on. So if you're a drummer and you fancy kind of hitting us up for some of this remnants, then just let me know or send me a message. And it finally brings us back around to Christmas, a Christmas giveaway. I can't believe it's going to be Christmas. I can't believe it's going to be 2022. But I think we got to look to 2022 with a positive view. I think, the Tearfalls tour has got to happen in 2022. The Remnants has got to get their first show, and many more next year. So I thought, what can I do, to sort of like tie off this year? Now, I wrote a song back in, it was right at the very birth of Tearfalls, and it was called A Night to Remember. And it was kind of like the 3 verses are about particular times in my life where they were nights to remember. And I thought, wouldn't it be amazing, because I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm going to go and record A Night to Remember. And I'm skipping back and forth, but when me and Simon played this at the Hope for Grace gig, we looked round and it was such a strong finish because we finished with A Night to Remember. Now, of course, my triple single is still available to buy, as I say earlier in the video. It's like £3.50 or something like that. But the giveaway is going to be one song, so it's going to be A Night to Remember. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scratch on it, like on the CD, A Night to Remember, always like A Night to Remember, keep it real, Katie, something like that. So that's kind of the plan. And then I was like, pop it in an envelope. I'm also going to write a letter as well to say thank you so much for supporting Tearfalls, supporting me, and have a good Christmas. So basically, it's going to be free. This song is going to be free. I will send the CD out for free. It's just to say Merry Christmas. It's a Christmas present. It's a Christmas giveaway, completely free. So if you want a copy of A Night to Remember, send me a message and you will get it for Christmas. So I'll ship them out, I don't know, second week in December, something like that. And then I might put some, like, I don't know, put some wrapping paper around it or something like that. And it's just a free Christmas present. And I thought that would be really cool because A Night to Remember is a special song to me. It's a tearful song. It's, and it's something that kind of gives hope or, to enjoying the time that we have now on this planet right now, because we just don't know what's around the corner, and let's just hope and pray for a positive year next year. So that's it. So if you want a Christmas present, send me a message and send me your address, and I will get a Christmas present to you in the form of A Night to Remember. So that's about it really, guys. A big shout out to, as I say, Simon, who's my bass player, just for all the work that he's doing. A big shout out to Alan Hodgkins, who I still catch up with and is a great, great friend. And I know he's struggling with his hands right now because he's got carpal tunnel syndrome. So much love to him and strength, and hopefully you can get all that sorted. Oh my God, here I am signing off, and I might be doing a surprise gig in Birmingham. It's still on the cards. It's probably going to be at the Gunmakers. Yeah, so I'm trying to get out there, but I got no news on that yet. I need to go and secure a date. So maybe I'll do it in my next blog. We'll talk about one more gig for this year. So this year, I would have played Hope for Grace. Oh my God, I've not even talked about last night's gig. See? So last night's gig, was an open mic. Call it a gig, not really, but it was performing live. And I was dead nervous, you know. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm not as sharp as I should be to play live. But I went down to the Swan yesterday and sort of walked in there at 7 o'clock. Oh, it's a funny story. How long we on? I don't know how long we're at. So I walk in, I get myself a drink, I sort of like put my drink down, got my guitar, and this guy, like, I'm like, he's just sat across the table, and I'm like, hey, yeah, how's it going? And he goes, yeah, going good. And his name was Eddie, and we were just like chewing the fat, and you know, kind of talking about music, and you know, just how quiet it's been, and everything else. Anyway, it starts to fill up, and I don't see where this Eddie goes. Like, I didn't even see him leave. But while we were talking, he was telling me that he's a professional musician, or he's getting old now. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that, because that was his words. And he's not doing it as much anymore. So I get talking to a few more people as people start coming in, and it turns out that this Eddie is the drummer from the punk band 1974. Punk band, the Vibrators. And I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, the Wild Strays, I supported, or the Wild Strays supported the Vibrators in the Flapper in 2018. And I was like, that's pretty cool. It turns out they're a local band to this part of Essex. And they play in the railway in quite a lot. So and I was like, oh, that's kind of mint. So so next time I meet him, I'm gonna say I supported you up in Birmingham. So that's cool. So that's pretty mint. So last night's open mic went really well. Everyone was so welcoming and warm. You know, normally when you play an open mic, you get like a free pint or some food, and they brought out some sandwiches. So I had like a sandwich, and ended up staying until 11 o'clock last night. And I've been invited back down to play on the 28th of this month. So I'm going to try, there's a really good music community down here. So I'm going to try and sort of, you know, attend that more regularly. And yeah, so that will also mean that I should be sharper if I come up to Birmingham and play the Gunmakers. So I think that's about it, guys. Don't forget the Christmas giveaway. It's really cool. I thought it was a cool idea. I've looked at how much it's going to cost, and obviously it's time sort of burning the track on to a CD and then wrapping it up in paper and then putting a little letter together to sort of say thank you. So it'll be a personal writ there. And just to say thank you. So if you do want a Christmas gift from Tearfuls, let me know. And I hope to see you all next year. Let's get a Tearfuls tour sorted. Let's get Remnants of Eden on the road. And let's go, like, let's get back to full electric, you know, where we're just like making some noise. So that's what I need to get. Oh God. See, I knew. You bang the table and this is what happens. So I think that's that's a great finish. Yeah, I think we've got to get back to I need mentally to get back to a full band again. So I'm gonna love you, leave you, take good care of yourself, don't forget the Christmas giveaway, and I'll speak to you soon. Love you, bye.